Hi guys. Um, I'm in the middle of writing my movie or book or whatever you want to call it, and I'm having struggles with coming up with an alien species. So I need an alien species and a planet they come from. If you have any ideas, go ahead, leave them in the comments. But I came up, I came up. I'm not even gonna say what I came up with, but it's one of those things where it's gotta. This particular alien hasn't evolved to have lungs, so like they have to wear these like special suits, and they have gills. So like basically how we swim underwater, they can walk on land. So if that helps you with anything with coming up with brainstorming, fire away. Go ahead. But I was reading an article, and I'm actually watching a movie with Sylvester Stallone in it, right? So I don't have any major claims to fame, and I don't have any. I've met some celebrities in my past, but my major claim to fame is the person that Sylvester Stallone is married to right now. Her name is Jennifer Flavin. She's a wonderful person, and back in 2000, 1999, and 2000. No, it was 2000, 2001, because it was my graduating year. I met a guy named Mike Flavin. And Mike Flavin is actually Jennifer Flavin's son. So one of the days that I don't know if I had told the story yet. I think I may have, but I'm just going to re bring it up because if I didn't, I want to make sure it's on my channel. They had, I was smoking weed as a teenager does. And and I did this probably like every day after work when I went over to his house and we chilled. And one of the days I happened to be walking down his hallway and there's a bunch of, you know, family pictures because people put pictures up in their hallway. And Sylvester Stallone is standing in every single picture. This is I think yeah I did tell a story, but yeah this is long before Photoshop and whatnot. So like I was just like, what is what is Sylvester Stallone doing in all your pictures? And he's like, well, he's my stepdad. And I was like, oh really? I'm like, I don't believe you, but I mean I have to because who would put Sylvester Stallone in all the like family pictures and stuff, you know? So like Photoshop didn't even exist then. So like you can say we're a photo doctored or something like that, but when we went into his room, he had probably like 50 or so signed pictures of Sylvester Stallone all over his room, and I'm like, oh sure shit. He goes, yeah, he's my stepdad, and it's just one of those things where it's just it's interesting to go down the years, and then when I start seeing him around and stuff like that, like he's an A-lister, you know, he's a really big celebrity, so I think it was cool. I mean, it's not cool what I was doing over there, but it was one of the things that it was just like, sure as shit, you know, there's Sylvester Stallone all over his room with signed signatures. I'm like, why does he give you signed? He's like, that's what he gives me for my Christmas and birthday presents and stuff. I'm like, how vain is that? Sending out pictures of yourself signed, but I mean, they're all valuable and worth something. But it's one of those cool things that he never told me about it, never said anything about it or nothing like that. But you know, it's something you find out when you're over at somebody's house. So it's just kind of cool to me. But yeah, help me come up with a alien species. Help me come up with a planet. Um, they come from the Orion constellation. So if that helps you figure out stars or something like that. But I've looked at all the stars' names and the planets there, and I just nothing like rings right. So any help will help, and I can even take half of what you guys have and look at it and like change the wording around or the lettering around. But yeah, it's got to roll off the tongue easy because I'm saying their name a lot, and I don't want something very long and obnoxious. So, like if you were talking about the Draconians, you could say, "Oh, the Drex." You know, it's just easy. So they're a cousin of the Draconians. So if that helps at all, either. But yeah, I'm going to continue working on my stuff. I didn't have much for today. I was supposed to be at work all day and I bounced, so I'm gonna continue working on my stuff. Which I mean, working is probably the best thing that I'm good at, I think. But we're gonna watch. We're watching Ants. That was the movie. It's got a lot of really good stars in it. You know, like it's got J Lo. It's got Gene Hackman. It's got Danny Glover. It's even got Jeff Fisher. If you guys know Jeff Fisher, he's hilarious, and he's also an American Dad as Jeff Fisher. So something to think about. Thanks. Bye.